Hello, hello. It is Wednesday, and it is time for Wednesday's Q&A. Welcome, welcome to the live. My name is Kathy Flynn. For those of you who are new to me and new to any of the groups, I go live every Wednesday at 5 p.m. or just after. I'm sorry if you can't hear me that well right now. My neighbor's landscaping is going on right now, so you might hear the lawnmower. Things are warm and not too sunny, but spring is here for sure in New York. It is a good warm 70 something degrees today. Let's see. Right now it says only 62, but in the city it was like close to, 75, 76 when I left work today. Super warm, wearing my short sleeves, ready to go, ready for spring for sure. Those of you who are coming in, let me know where you're coming in from. Tell me your name, say hello. I'm glad I know I have one person watching right now. I go live in multiple spots on Wednesdays. I do a live Q&A for anyone who has any questions or concerns. I also talk about lots of different topics, anything related to autism, for autistic children, autistic teens, and I can even give some support to autistic adults. I have worked with children up to the age of 21, but most of my expertise comes from, children in the elementary age range, so up to about 10 years old. I've worked with babies. I've done a lot of early intervention work and preschool special ed, and most of my years of experience are with children between the ages of 4 and 9. I come in live every Wednesday with my expertise. I go live in the autism community as well as the Autistic and Thriving Facebook group, the Autistic and Thriving Facebook page, which is my business page, and the Autistic and Thriving YouTube channel. So welcome, welcome. Hi, you have questions today, whoever this is. Let me know your name. I don't know who's coming in. Let me try to see if I can. This is hi, Marissa. Marissa's here. Yay, Marissa. Thanks for joining the live. Let me know what your questions are. I think there was a few questions back in the community as well. Someone had a question earlier in the week regarding toileting, and like her son was having a lot of constipation issues. Or I guess he, has a very limited diet. So he was holding it. So there's a couple things going on there. He could be indeed constipated since, you kind of can only hold it for so long, right? But then that can actually cause constipation. So a lot of people gave advice on good diet, advice, and different things that she can try to get more fiber in his diet, to get him to maybe be a little bit more regular. So that was all good advice. She says she's tried so many different things. She's going to try Miralax, someone suggested. And then I also gave her some suggestions on getting her son more comfortable on the toilet, because if your child is afraid to go, let's say he or she has had constipation and it's very difficult to have a bowel movement, then sorry to be so graphic, but some of you absolutely need this advice and need this help with potty training. And I do have a potty training course out there for those of you who might be interested. I can always put the link in the comments. But anyway, if your child is afraid to do number 2, you need to get him or her as comfortable as possible on the toilet. And so that can include him or her holding a favorite toy, listening to his or her favorite music, even watching a favorite video on the phone or on the iPad to help him or her feel way more relaxed. Because if a child is afraid to go, they're going to clench up, they're going to hold everything in, and they're not going to be able to push and have a successful bowel movement. So until, it's too late pretty much, and they have an accident. So those are some good strategies. I did give her that advice, and hoping that she does well with some of those strategies in place. All right, let's see. Jesse's here. Hi, Jesse. You're raising your hand. Yes, Jesse says you can speak to, can I please I'm sorry, let me put some of these up there. Jesse says, hi, can you please speak on biting? I absolutely can speak on biting. Let me know if you're referring to your child, your son or your daughter, or someone you might be working with, or an adult, because the advice I give you may change based on the age of the child, and also or the age of the person. Some of you come in here and ask me advice regarding adults. So it's kind of helpful for me to know an age range, and also when the biting tends to happen. So I know lots of students who bite their own hands or bite their own arms. This is self-injurious behavior, and this can be, from a whole bunch of different things. It could be out of frustration. They want a tangible and they can't communicate that they want that item. It could be because they want to escape the task that's going on in front of them. We need to kind of understand the function of the behavior. So I'm going to need, Jesse, for you to give me a little bit more information on when the biting tends to happen, what's happening around the time of the biting. Is he or she, it's your son, he's nearly 3. Okay. So give me a little bit more, Jesse, on around the time the biting is happening, if he's biting all the time, if you think there is a trigger to when he bites. Is it when you say no to him, or if you're not allowing him to do something he wants to do or have something he wants to have? Those could be reasons why he's biting, or it could be sensory. Sometimes biting is just a sensory reaction. Sometimes the kids like that feeling of their mouths biting on top of something. They may not bite down hard. Sometimes they leave teeth marks and bite down really hard. So that could just be kind of like an anger release. Let's see. I feel mostly when he's frustrated and or high sensory, mainly biting me and his dad, but sometimes bites his own hand. Okay. So you're saying mainly when he's frustrated, from what exactly? He's also teething. She said he's also teething. So that could be why he's biting. For sure. That is definitely, he wants sensory. He could be looking for sensory input to his mouth. So my son is a chewer. He doesn't necessarily bite, but he wants to chew on things. So he'll chew on, he's actually almost 12 at this point. I've talked about him many times on this channel, on this live, because he needs to chew. He needs that input to his mouth. So some kids who bite actually are looking for that bite down input to their jaw. So it could be a sensory response. And what you want to do is give him replacement things to bite. Instead of you or your husband or himself, you want to maybe try some chew toys that he could bite. Not a chew toy like a dog's chew toy. They actually make chew toys for children on the spectrum who have sensory processing issues and are orally fixed and are looking for things to put in their mouths to chew on, to explore. So it's actually called jewelry, which is like wearable jewelry, a necklace or a bracelet that he can actually chew on. That's safe for him to chew on, that doesn't come apart. You could try that as a replacement behavior for now to replace actual biting down on someone, and this would be a replacement behavior because it is a sensory need. Now, if there's other reasons for the behavior other than sensory, like he's doing it out of frustration because of communication, that's what I was just going to say, Jesse, communication, frustration, and sometimes when he wants his way. So tell me how he's communicating right now. Is he nonverbal? Is he partially verbal? Is he using a system to communicate? Because that could certainly be a reason why he's frustrated, and he's getting out his anger in the best way he knows how, which is the quickest reaction, which is biting for him. Some kids, punch or kick or scratch. There's all different things kids do. Let's see. I'm sorry. Whoever this Facebook user is, I'm going to get back to your question in a minute. I'm working with Jesse right this moment, and I'll come back to your comment, but I do see it in the stream. So Jesse says he's pretty nonverbal. Tell me, Jesse, what system he's already using. He's only 3. Is he getting any services? Is he getting speech? Are Are you trying to get him to talk, to say anything that he wants? How does he already communicate to you when he wants something? Is he doing a lot of crying or pulling you? I could definitely give you communication strategies. But for now, definitely work on, doing replacement behaviors with something that he can chew. That would be safe for him to chew so that he's getting some of that input to his mouth in a better way. And then we need to work on the communication for sure. Like if he's frustrated communicating with you because it's not an efficient system that he's using, we want to set up a system for him. In fact, I will be launching a communication course coming up soon in the next couple of weeks. So you may be interested in that. I will have more information that I can post to the group. Jesse, which group are you coming in from? Let me just see. It could be the autism community or my autistic and thriving group. I have a couple people coming in from both groups. Angela's here. Angela's commenting on the live. Angela, I didn't even see you must be the Facebook user commenting. So by the way, just so you guys know, some of the people who come into the lives, your names are not coming up. So Angela, your name is not coming up, but I do see you now. I'm not sure that I missed something here. My live quit after 3.5 minutes. I'm still live, so just maybe jump back in. It might be a connection issue. Angela, I'm just going to write to you here on Facebook. I'm still here. Maybe try again. I hope that my live didn't cut out. You guys can still hear me okay, right? Everybody can hear me okay? So Jesse wrote, not at the moment. I repeat sounds to him or words. Yes, communication, help, pretty please. Okay, Jesse, I'm going to come back to you on communication strategies. Definitely we're going to have to work on that to help decrease some of that biting behavior. And, right now you're going to try to block you from getting bitten. So if he's going after your arm, if he's closest to your arm, if you're sitting next to him, you want to make sure you're blocking that and kind of, getting into a strategic position so that he can't bite. So, cause you're looking to see that he may bite. So you want to back up from him and keep him safe, give him something else to bite down on at the moment. And then, you kind of reset him because he's going to get frustrated when he wants things that he wants and he's not able to get them. Hold on one second, guys. I'm just going to grab my dog. Calm down. No, she's not there. Never mind. Okay. So, we can work on a lot of those different strategies with him. If in order for you to keep working on voice output for him, he needs to be able to echo you. So if you are saying that you try to say words or sounds, is he able to echo back? Because if he's imitating your sounds and words, then he could become a vocal learner. And then you could just kind of take off with a lot of vocalizations and just keep doing lots of singing, lots of play on words, ma, 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 say ma, 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 say me, 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 say baby, say cookie. If he could do some of those things, then, and he could, give you a handful of words, then that's a good sign. That means you may have a vocal learner on your hands. If he's really struggling and he's not yet imitating what you're saying, but he's making all kinds of sounds, but he's not able to actually imitate your vocalizations, then you definitely want to keep trying, but you want to come up with a backup method, because if he's not imitating your sounds, then it'll probably be quite a while before he really starts to pick up natural speech, voice speech. So, there are other communication systems out there for him to use if it's not speech. So let me know on that, Jesse, as I try to get to some other questions. Let's see. Jesse said, you're echoing him. Okay, that's good too, because that's a great way to connect with him. So that's awesome. Just keep doing that and keep working on him echoing you back. Yes, he's sounding me. So he's trying to use some of the sounds that you're saying. So that's good. So see if you can start to even get him to say some words, some of the words for his favorite items. And you're going to want to withhold the item until he can say that word, or at least he's trying to say that word. So let's say he loves a cookie. You're trying to get him to say cookie. Cookie, you're holding the cookie in your hand. You're not just going to give it to him because you want him to know that he has to use his voice in order to get that cookie. That'll motivate him to talk. That'll motivate him to, try to say it, because let's say he wants that cookie so badly. I'm just using cookie as an example. You can plug in any snack that he loves or any toy that he loves. You're going to want to hold it, not give it right over to him, and try to get him to say the word for that item, okay? Because that's the start of requesting. That's kind of like what's coming down the pike with some of my training. We want to motivate our kiddos with their favorite things, but we don't want to just give them their favorite things, because then they'll never work on actually using their voice or their sign language or their picture exchange, whatever system we have in place for them. They're not going to be motivated to use that system if they or are always given everything that they want. If they have open access to their favorite snacks and their favorite toys, then they're not going to work on requesting, and they're not going to even be motivated to request. Why should I request my ball? It's over there in the corner. I'm just going to go get it. Or my favorite car, or my favorite piece of string that I like to shake in front of my face. Whatever it is that your child loves, if he or she has open access to it, then you're never going to work on requesting. So that is like the first drive and motivation for communication, is to withhold your child's favorite things and try to get them to say the words for those things. And then he should start booming with language if you start working on some of those strategies. Okay, let's see. I'm going to go back up. This is someone who said, Jesse's here. Elric's online learning for 3 weeks before this year is over. His teacher has him muted for the entire season. She says he is distracting, but doesn't mute the other children when they are being loud. She said the other girls at least talk about school, and Elric's talks about random stuff. Oh, poor thing. Do you find that rude? I absolutely do find that rude. I think that that's terrible. I really do feel that that's not okay for his teacher to do that. Let me know what grade Elric's in. I'm not sure who's talking to me. I have a feeling it's someone from the autism community. This might be Marissa, right? Marissa, is it? Let me go back. Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to go back to the groups because I'm trying to see who this person is that's not putting their name. Oh, it's Marissa. Hi, Marissa. Okay. So session muted. She keeps him muted for the entire session. Let's see. I'm still live. Whoever, Angela, I don't know. You guys can hear me okay, right? Some people are saying that my live video just like ended, but according to my feed, it's going up, that I'm still here. So you guys can still hear me, right? Give me a thumbs up if you can still hear me. If I'm coming in clearly, if the live for some reason ended and then like there was a little pause or something like that, usually I get notification on my end that the live ended. So, okay, loud and clear. All right. Thank you, Jesse and Marissa. So Angela, I don't know what's going on your end. Maybe you just need to come back in and try again. Let's see. So Marissa, how old is Elric? I don't know what grade he's in or what kind of schooling he's in. He's probably doing a lot of random chatter because that's kind of all he knows. Like he's probably doing some scripting in there, or he's talking about random things because it's hard for him to stay with the topic, right? It's hard for him to stay in a social situation or stay with a discussion for too long. Most of our kiddos have like so many different thoughts going on in their head. And so they're just going to keep popping out with like whatever they're thinking about. And they don't necessarily know those social cues of like waiting their turn to talk or making sure they're talking about what other people are talking about and staying on topic. Those kinds of social cues are very tricky for autistic children. So, he may not be picking up on some of those cues. It's not okay for his teacher to mute him, although it could be distracting from the lesson, but she should just be muting everyone then. If she needs to teach and have it quiet, she should just be muting all of them and keep it fair. That's what I would think would be the most ethical. I do feel that that's rude for her to just mute him out because she's not giving him his fair chance to talk. And then she could say, okay, Elric, let's hear from you. What do you have to say, so that she can give him a chance to speak. He just turned 5. He's in pre-K special ed. He was talking about vacuums and she was talking about camping. LOL. Aw. It's so funny that you say vacuums. My mother-in-law's really good friend, Laura, has a grandson who loved vacuums when he was young. Absolutely loved them. And would want to vacuum, and she loved to vacuum, and so he would help her vacuum. It was really cute. I don't know if he's still obsessed with vacuums now, but he used to love them. So, of course, if that's something that he's interested in, that's what he wants to talk about. And, it's hard for him to stay on topic with what his teacher is talking about. So, you want to maybe just try to, if you're sitting with him during school, you might want to try to redirect him a little bit, back to the topic that they're talking about. His teacher should be redirecting him. If she wants a silent room, then she should silence all of them, and she should just call on specific kids and unmute them at those times. And I would have that discussion with her, because what she's doing isn't really fair to him. And then he doesn't even realize he's being muted. So that's really not too fair. I don't know. Now I can only see this is Angela. I don't know. Now I can only see the first 7 minutes of the video, so I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong. Oh, but you're still commenting. So I'm not sure what happened in that feed. Maybe I went out of that feed for some reason. Angela, I don't know what's going on. Somehow last week I missed the video also when I couldn't find it afterwards. Okay, so I'm just going to let Angela know. Go out of Facebook and come back in. Okay, sorry. I was just responding back to Angela. She's really trying to, I forgot. I can type it right in here too. I'm typing it on my phone. She's trying to come into the live. She probably has questions and she's not able to get in touch with me. But for some reason, this live video is not going live anymore. I don't know why. Am I still live in Autistic and Thriving? I should be. I should still be there. Okay. Let's see. So she makes you feel embarrassed. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm still here. She makes you feel embarrassed. So, you know what? Definitely, address the situation. It's a kindergarten, it's a pre-K class. It's going to be hard for her to do things through streaming. She's going to have to expect kids to blurt out different things. They're preschoolers. I mean, for goodness sake, even typical kids are going to blurt out, what they're thinking and feeling, and they're not going to always be able to control their mouths and their fidgeting and all of those things. So I don't know what she's really expecting from them, especially if it's through a Zoom. But she should keep it fair and mute all the children until she calls on specific ones, and she can unmute them as she goes. So that would be my best advice to you, Marissa, with his teacher. I'm not really sure. She need to have that discussion with her. I apologize, guys. I'm not going to be able to stay on very long today. My son is in a baseball game, and his game starts very soon. And my husband is coaching his baseball game, and my husband, it's his birthday today. So I definitely want to make sure I'm there at the game, and root on the team and my son, playing. They're going to be playing in about 15 minutes. So I'm going to have to leave a little bit early today. Priya, thank you for joining the live. She gave me a thumbs up before, but you didn't ask me any questions. If you guys have more questions, and Angela, if you can hear me now, or I can actually post it to the group. If you guys have more questions, I can answer you in the streams. And continue to answer questions. If anyone ever has a question that they want me to answer, you can always tag me in a post and I can answer you at any time outside of the lives on Wednesdays, because I will see the tag and I will respond to your question if when I have the moment to do so. So if you have a burning question or a concern, or you want to just chat about something, you can put it in a post, tag me in that post, and I will certainly have that discussion with you. You can private message me if you feel like you want to do that outside of the group, but I can always respond to everybody that way. Jesse, you're welcome so much. No problem. I will definitely keep you in mind with my upcoming communication course, and so that you could see if that's something you might be interested in to follow up with for your son. Thank you guys for joining me today. I had quite a few people on. I hope that my tips and advice were helpful. And I apologize that that I'm ending a little bit early today, but parenting calls. And I'm a mom first, a teacher, and an expert in the communities second. So I have to definitely, be that mom first, just like you guys are the moms first as well. Austin. Hi, Austin. Checking in. I haven't talked to you in a long time. I hope you're doing well. Thanks for checking in. I'm sorry you catching me at the very end of my live. I'm actually jumping off right now because I got to go watch my son play some baseball. So have a great week, everybody. I hope it's nice and warm where you are. I hope it's getting a lot warmer. We're almost in May. Next week is actually my son's birthday on Wednesday. He also has a baseball game, so I may come in a little bit early next week. Maybe I'll try to come in at like 4:45 so that I can get a little bit more time in, because he has another game next week on his birthday, and I'll have to leave again at 5:30. So maybe I'll start a little bit earlier next week. 4:45 so that I can get a little bit more time in with the group and with answering questions. Let's see. Angela, this is probably from Angela again. Weird, I am the first part of the live, so I guess I'll have to catch it afterwards. I don't know what happened with that. Everyone else is able to catch me in the other groups. I'm not sure what happened in the Autistic and Thriving group, but if you have a question specifically, Angela, definitely let me know and I will respond to you. All right, guys, have a great week. I'll see you next week.